Aquarius, it's Amanda here with your March 2019 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with our runes, I will be using the Pagan Tarot. This is by Gina Pace, Luca Raimondo, and Cristiano Spadoni. Then as always, be sure to join me after this video for part 2 of your March reading over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Fairy Ring. This oracle is by Anna Franklin and Paul Mason. The links below, your 2019 readings are still over there for those of you who haven't had a chance to check those out yet. Definitely stop by over there and check out the goodies. But let's jump in and get going on part 1 here. We're gonna get our runes cast, see what March has in store for Aquarians. March 2019 for Aquarius. What's going on? As always, Aquarius, keep in mind this is not a private reading. It's a general one for thousands of people. As such, some messages will hopefully be for you, but there are going to be others that are for the other people that are watching. So that's why I always encourage you to check out your rising sign video as well, because oftentimes all of your messages will be coming through that reading rather than your sun sign. If you would like something far more specific, I can only do that in a private session. Outcomes, who certain people are. I get comments all the time. Could this mean that? Could this mean? Not really. If the messages that come through are the messages that come through, there's no way for me to answer those questions unless I'm in a private session with you. But we can focus on anything you want to focus on. If you want to set that up, just drop me a line at my email address. I do the private sessions on Skype. And we can set that up at any time that you would like. In general, though, for March, what are we dealing with here? Let me take the lay of the land. The lay of Aquarian land. Well, the challenge or focus, the card we have here is the Eight of Wands. Let's see what's coming through with the rooms here. Well, I feel like there's a lot of people around you who are very needy and selfish. It's all about them, and it doesn't. With the Eight of Rods, it's like more than one person. Like, you know, you'll just get finished helping one person with this, and then someone's messaging you that they need this. This could be on the work front for some of you. For others of you, could be family, could be your kids. Like, I need you to run me here after school, or I want to do this and I want to do that, or I want to go to this person's house. But there is, with this rune in the reverse, tier and reverse it, there's a self-centeredness to this energy. And it may be multiple people that you're dealing with. And so you may need to set some boundaries, Aquarius. That's not always your strong suit, because when it comes to helping people, because that's one of the major qualities of your sign. And it's a good quality to be a humanitarian, but when it's coming up as your challenge, like you need to start telling some people no. Like, there may be some, maybe for some of you, this is somebody you've already set a boundary with and they're trying to get you to break it. They're trying to, like, because it's going to benefit them. So I think it's just a temporary energy. Like, I do think this will pass. Others of you, I feel like it's a busy time at work and you're just, I feel like someone out there may be training somebody, or you may have somebody job shadowing you or something of that nature, and they may be, like, you know, needy because they, you know, need to know how to do everything, but then you also have your regular work on top of it. So, but yeah, they're gonna need to pick up fast. Like, if they're not paying attention, or if they're on their phone and not paying attention to you, again, like, not on it, you may need to talk to your boss and be like, I don't know about this one. I don't know if this one's gonna work out. They can't even pay attention to what I'm saying. But yeah, you may give them tasks to do and then you end up having to do it. Not a good sign for somebody new on the job. I mean, they should at least be trying, right? If it's something you've explained and trained them on. So yeah, any boundaries you've set, Aquarius? Keep those firm. Don't let people try to get in or crisscross over those. Because, and you may have to tell other people to wait because maybe there is somebody that's having like a health issue or a health crisis, or there's something going on with you even, or with someone close to you, and you may have to be like, look, I got too much to deal with. I can't worry about your stuff right now. You don't have to say it that way. But, yeah, it's like messages or phone calls or texts that could you do this and could you favors people need at like the worst possible time. In the present energy, got the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this would be, the present's going to be for most of you end of February into early March. For some of you, it'll be whenever you're watching this video, however. This could also be a message from somebody who, like from the past who, it was like a learning experience for you. Could have been. Anyone you had a relationship with, doesn't have to be romantic. That's where everybody goes, first of all. And for some of you, it could be, but it would be somebody that was, again, very like that self-centered energy. It was all about them. And it's really been a tough lesson for them and for you. Particularly for you, I think, because with this energy in the reverse, they're not really into learning lessons. It's usually in other people putting up with their obnoxious energy that those are the people that are learning the lesson with this kind of energy. It just puts people off. But in the present with the 7 of Swords in reverse, and we've got the blank rune. Secrets. Something hidden is about to come to light, or maybe already has for some of you. The 7 of Swords does talk about second chances, finding something you thought was lost, the return of someone you thought was lost, or a situation that you thought you were done with. Could be good or bad, right? I'm not, it's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, it could be a very positive thing, and for others of you, it could be, a not so positive thing. But yeah, second chances, the return of a missed opportunity, something lost is found, or the return of something. Someone's no longer being a stranger. Like when you haven't seen someone in a while, you say, hey, stranger. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe you're running into somebody you haven't seen in a while. And, because I'm feeling like some of you out there, either you're going to say that to someone or it's going to be said to you in March. Hey, stranger, where you been? Or long time no see, that kind of thing. So, and for some of you, like I said, because this is coming up in the immediate present energy, this could have already happened or be happening early on in the month of March. But if it doesn't happen in early March, doesn't mean it's not going to. Again, time frames could shift. So, or they're going to be different for some of you. So, yeah, somebody could pop out of nowhere. And, like, I don't think it's a one-off thing. I do feel like, because this is a rune that can indicate big changes or, so yeah, the way forward from this point will be different. So if this is somebody you're running into, I do feel like you're going to maybe reconnect or set up a plan to kind of get together and talk or whatever. And even if it's a message coming in, because the 8 of Rods, it can be all about messages coming to you, text messages, emails, people reaching out. So for some of you, it could be that way instead of but it would be, again, a second chance or a missed opportunity. If you don't want to reconnect with this person, you don't have to. You know, because yeah, a lot of people will be like, I don't want that person back. And it's like, okay, you can't control whether they contact you or not, but you can control that you're not going to answer their message, right? I can only deliver the messages as I see them. The help that's coming in for you in the month of March. Got Justice in reverse, so. Let me see what's coming through with this. It's an odd, very different rune though coming up with this. So let me see, that's an odd thing to come up in the help, unless it's a help in disguise. Well, you know, I think this is someone admitting to you that what they did was unfair, how they treated you was unfair. And I do believe they mean it. For most of you. Because Uruz is here indicating this is someone who is sincere. They may be self-centered, a bit egotistical. Or maybe this is how they behaved back then. Because again, for some of you, this could have been years ago. I mean, this could have been, you know, ages ago. And I feel like whoever this is, they may, like they're really offering an apology. They do feel they treated you unfairly. And I think that's why this is coming up in the reverse as a help to you, is that you get that admission, you know, like this was not the right way for me to treat you. It was not the right thing to say. I'm sorry that I treated you that way. And this would have been someone who did this like in an extreme way, because this is an extreme rune. So whatever way they treated you unfairly, like they went all into it. Okay, so it was very just a hurtful way or thing to do. Like they were all in on hurting your feelings, basically, is what I'm feeling here, Aquarius. So this would have been something that runs pretty deep, a wound that runs pretty deep. It's not going to be, you know, the person you dated for like 2 seconds and then they didn't text you back or they ghosted you or whatever. It's not going to be that. It's going to be like a serious thing. You know, a family connection, somebody who's something that shaped you. This was an experience that has shaped you, especially with need here. This is all about lessons and how they form us and how we learn from them, and then how we take those lessons with us and move forward, and how they, you know, all of those form who we are at any given moment, but it's always evolving, right? So this would be a wound or a hurt or a pain that has formed you in some way. So there's some kind of recovery here with this. Definitely, because someone's extremely motivated to reconnect with you here in March, Aquarians. I feel like something similar may have come up for you in February's reading. If not February, maybe it was January. Maybe want to rewatch that, because I feel like there's a similar theme going on here. And you know, that happens a lot because, again, there are so many people that may be watching at any given time, and it kind of goes in waves. So yeah, this may have happened to some people in January. It may have happened to some people in February. And we still may not be quite through the energy in March. We do have Mercury retrograde in March, those of you who follow astrology, so it can bring people back from the past. It's all about the past coming home to, you know, revisit, review all the RE words through the month of March. So yeah, it could be bringing someone back, but it seems like this is definitely to heal, is the reason this is happening. Whether you keep the person in your life or not, there's healing that's going to happen. Because what must be accepted, we've got the Two of Cups. With Yera. For some of you, this was somebody you were married to. This was a legal partnership. And if not legal, like in the state sense, then it was a karmic partnership, because Yera is the same thing as justice, right? This is the rune for justice and karma and balance and harvest. Like you're seeing the results, the harvest of the past, of efforts that you put into a relationship. For some of you, maybe this was somebody that you were involved with in the autumn of last year. Maybe it started in the autumn of last year, and there's been some sort of rift or some sort of kind of like we took a break and now we're maybe coming back together here. Some of you may be proposed to. With the Two of Cups next to Yera, there's a proposal that could be coming. If it's not of marriage, it could be an offer of, hey, let's move in together, or hey, let's be exclusive. You know, it could be somebody who's, so there could be a reconnection here. You're getting a second chance at something that at least one of you is quite serious about. But I do feel like you are happy to hear, most of you are happy to hear from this person, because with the Two of Cups, it seems like you're both on the same page. It's a meeting of hearts, if you will. And an aligning of that. So again, this does not have to be romantic at all. It could just be someone you care about and someone who cares about you. Two of Cups is about caring and an emotional understanding, an emotional connection. We have emotional connections with a lot of people in our lives. We have emotional connections with friends, family, anyone who's close to us, our kids, our animals. So, you know, it's not just this, but this is, if it's not like a romantic thing, it could just be, yeah, the balancing of the scales here. And again, you're getting the payout for loving this person, maybe when they were not in your life. Okay, continuing to love someone even though it was difficult, right? Continuing to love someone even when you felt like they didn't love you back. And now you're going to get the payback for that in a positive way, Aquarius. But yeah, some of you, if you're single and looking, I mean, I don't think you're going to be single for long. Because yeah, there could be a reconnection with someone from autumn of last year, because that's the time frame that year rules. So anytime between September 21 and December 21 could be significant, either last year or this year. So if this doesn't happen in March, you could be meeting someone significant in autumn of this year, Aquarians. Those of you who are not meeting someone or not kind of reconnecting with someone. And then in that case, for those of you that you're meeting someone later in the year, this is kind of a last go round to finish up a lesson from the past so that you can be fresh and kind of clear that energy out and be ready for something new and more serious and more in alignment with what you want and what you need, particularly from a relationship, a love partner. The outcome. March. Got the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I'm just feeling feeling overwhelmed by, you know, everything going on, by the demands I think that may be put on you in some areas of life, but then also by just, yeah, people. I feel like you're, you know, you Aquarians, all of the air signs actually do tend to have a lot of people because you're very social. But particularly you Aquarius, because when you gather your people, you're usually the caretaker for all of them. Again, humanitarians. You're always trying to take care of everybody and everything. And you may be overwhelmed by this because on top of it, I feel like there's like emotional stuff coming up with like someone that you're reconnecting with or something that's happening there. Whatever you're overwhelmed with though, you do have support, but you know, you may have to ask for it. So yeah, you know, we all need people from time to time, even you Aquarius. Even the caretaker needs to be taken care of sometimes. So I do feel like you may need to talk to somebody. You may need to kind of call on those closest to you, your family, your friends, like, because this is always your group, your tribe, your people you depend on. They're there, but I mean, they don't know you need them unless you tell them. So, you know, text them and just be like, hey, you know, I feel like you need to unburden yourself. Maybe talk about some things. Even if you're not wanting like help or advice, you just want to vent and kind of get it out. There's something you're going to need to talk about in March. And I think you're going to get some really good support, really good help, really good advice. Like just people being there for you for a change, Aquarius. You just have to let them know, hey, I could really use somebody right now. I could really use your help. And they'll be like, of course, why didn't you ask sooner? Or, you know, I think you'll just be surprised and perhaps overwhelmed a little bit at, you know, just how much people care about you. How much the people closest to you care about you. So yeah, Aquarius, I do feel like you need to call on your support system just to kind of talk things out, figure some things out, and again, unburden yourself, vent a little bit. Some of you may be asking advice because maybe somebody close to you has been through a similar situation, or you have someone close to you who you really trust, and you want to get their kind of take on something. Particularly maybe romantic things. Some of you, it may just be like you're overwhelmed at a proposal that somebody wants to, you know, take the plunge, and you may be, you know, you may be a little overwhelmed by it, you know. So, but it doesn't have to be a bad overwhelming, Aquarius. It could also be a good overwhelming. So I think emotionally it's a very satisfying month. There seems to be a lot going on. Remember your boundaries. You're going to have a lot of your own stuff to deal with in March, Aquarius. So everybody else that maybe normally depends on you, they're going to have to take, you know, a back seat in March. You've got stuff you need to handle, and put yourself first in March. You know, just try it for 1 month. You can go back to helping the world and saving the world in April, but in March, I just really feel like you're going to need to have some time on your own or with those closest to you to figure out what you want to do next, what you want to do about something, especially in regards to one particular relationship coming up here in March. So that is what I'm getting here. Let me see if I'm getting it. I was trying to see if I'm getting anything else. Yeah, I think that's it, Aquarius. If anything else comes through, it's going to be over on Vimeo. Like I said, meet me over there. I'm going to shuffle the fairy ring. I want to see what further advice, help, wisdom, guidance they can give you for handling these energies in the month of March. That link's again below. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you back here next time. Thanks for watching.